Hundreds of thousands of people used to shuttle to New York Penn Station every day. The bustling underground terminal was known for wedging massive crowds into tiny, stuffy spaces and making them hustle at the last minute onto jam-packed trains. If that sounds like a super spreader recipe, it also explains why some commuters are petrified by the prospect of returning to Penn. The portal was designed to handle 200,000 people daily, but before coronavirus, it was bringing in triple that each workday. To put it into perspective, a population just about the size of Boston went through Penn Station daily, making it the busiest train station in the Western Hemisphere.
Chaos. It's just very chaotic every day. You never know.
It's like herding cattle, and it's awful, and it's rude, and it sucks.
It wasn't always that way. In 1910, when travelers disembarked their trains at New York Penn Station, they were greeted with sunlight pouring in from the glass ceiling, arched steel columns, large clocks, big open spaces, a balcony to look over the trains coming in and out of the terminal. From the outside, you couldn't miss it. It was a grand building adorned with columns and eagle sculptures. That Penn Station was torn down in 1963, and a new one was built with an arena on top, Madison Square Garden, and a high-rise office building. But just like everything else in the wake of coronavirus, the once bustling, way too crowded Penn Station is a ghost town compared to what it was. With ridership at lows not seen in decades and uncertainty about when or if people will return to city office space, there could be a window of opportunity to give Penn Station the facelift it has needed for so long. Governor Andrew Cuomo recently announced that he wants to build a new entrance south of Penn Station, where there will be 8 more tracks, and then the station can go through yet another renovation. A couple of local architects have taken an interest in Penn Station over the years and come up with their own plans to move Madison Square Garden and reimagine the terminal. One plan would move the garden but leave the round skeleton of the arena and enclose it with glass to bring back the natural light. Another would tear down MSG, move it to another location, and recreate the original Penn Station. Give it the same look and feel as it did for those back in 1910, but would also redo some of the tracks and platforms to make them bigger and allow for more trains to run through the station instead of ending there. At the end of the year, there will be more waiting and boarding space at the old Farley Post Office, which is going through a renovation and will become the Moynihan Train Hall for Amtrak and some Long Island Railroad trains. This will give more breathing room for NJ Transit at Penn Station, but it won't solve all of the problems. Meanwhile, plans to build 2 new tunnels through the Hudson River have stalled. With those, it would give a much-needed break to the 2 original tunnels that have been feeding the station for 110 years and are in need of repairs. When the original tunnels and Penn Station were built in the early 20th century, it was monumental. Cutting-edge engineering and smart, dignified architecture allowed people to commute with a sense of nobility. Restoring that will not be easy. It will require finding the funding, getting different states, politicians, and transit agencies on the same page, figuring out what to do with Madison Square Garden, and deciding which new plan for Penn Station should move forward. That is a long and difficult to-do list. Progress on each of those items will likely feel as slow and frustrating as a pre-COVID Penn Station commute.